class. I have already taken one lecture, and in last session we discussed about how fluid behaves in a T junction, T pipe, T joint pipe. Okay, but we did not talk about at micro levels. So today I tried one geometry with micro dimensions, so it will give you some idea that how you can design your geometry with micro channels. It's just like lab on chip, so you can design your own chip. So this is the geometry which I'll be talking about today. Okay, the process will be same like last one. First we create our geometry, then we'll go for discretization, which is meshing in ICM tool only. Then after discretization, we will use our boundary conditions, our multi-phase flow, because here in case of micro channels, we do not talk about turbulence flow because flow is laminar. Okay, so the main concern here is our capillary action, and surface is very important because surface tension will be there. So this is the geometry. Okay, there is one inlet which I have taken oil, and two water inlet, 1 and 2. Okay, so oil enters from this side and oil enters from both the side, and then we'll see how this affect or this flow behaves in micro channels, because dimensions are very in micrometers, 250 micrometers, 300 micrometers. Okay, so you will get some idea that how you can design your geometry with micro dimensions. Okay, let me start with I have already opened space claim because it takes some time. I have already opened. Let's create our geometry. Okay, from here you can change your mode, like which in which plane you want to create. Okay, so I'm using XY plane. Okay, then in the main toolbar, go to first line creation. Okay, the problem is in 2D. In last class I discussed 3D geometry. Okay, so today you'll get some idea how to perform in 2D also. Okay, and we did not discuss about unstructured meshing in the last section, but if we'll get some, if time will be left, then we'll discuss that too. Okay, so today we'll start with this only. Okay, so create our geometry. Okay, zoom out, then one. The dimensions are 300. So before starting, you have to change your unit, because usually there will be by default it will be in meters or mm. So don't okay, one second, sorry. Go to file. Okay, then there is a space claims option. Click on that. Okay, now here you get some, okay, so units. In the unit section, you change your units from millimeter to, sorry, okay, so it is not, one second again, same option. Okay, I think there is some problem. Let me open it again. Sometime it this kind of problem may occur. You just have to restart your software. It won't take much time, and this geometry is 2D geometry, so uh, uh, the grid size will be very less, so we can perform simulation within 5 to 10 minutes, so don't worry about that, we have time. Okay, so go to file, then space claim option. All right, units, Okay, now you can see there is micrometers. Change it to micrometers, then okay, apply. Now your units in micrometers. Okay, select line. This is 300 micrometers. Then this is again 300. This is 250. Water inlet. Just check with whether it is 90 or not, and you can also click. It will show green in the left hand side, means these both are same dimension, so you just click on that. Then this dimension is 50. Okay, you can zoom in, zoom out with your middle mouse button. Okay, okay, so this angle I have taken, you can change vary as per your requirement. I have taken 135°C. You can also shift your if you want to customize, like just use tab, you can change 135, that is okay, and this length is 300 again. Okay. I have taken dimension as per my convenience. You can change your dimensions. Your micro channel size can also vary as per your requirement. This I have taken 4000, right? Then again click this 50 inlet. This is 300 micrometer. Similar pattern you have to follow. You can create some mirror this, or this will have already created. I forgot to create that, so I'm creating one by one. So 300 again. This is 250. You can create geometry in any tool. Okay, that is not concern here. The main concern is meshing. Meshing must be as much as good, so your result will be very, you know. So this again, 135 here also. This is 300. Same is have taken in bottom section. This length was 4000. Okay. Then go to mode of convert it to 3D mode. 3D mode basically it's a 2D geometry only. Okay. Now save your geometry in lab. Okay. Okay. Save. Okay. So we have created our geometry. Now we go for discretization or meshing. For that we'll be using same tool like this one, ICM CFD. Okay. Why we use ICM CFD only? Because it is a module given by ANSYS, so and it provides better meshing compared to design modeler. So if you want your meshing to refine, and some complex geometry can also be meshed here, and structured meshing are very good for your convergence and result formulation. So always go for structured if possible. Some geometries are very complex, so for that you have to go for unstructured meshing. I will also explain unstructured meshing, because some people might have facing problem with structured meshing, because it a little bit a complex method. So go to file, import your model. Okay, go to desktop. I have saved mine, CFD lab 2, or this was the geometry. Okay, or I have already created one step file also. You can save in 3 format: step format, IGS format, or space claim format. Okay, just click on that and just change your dimensions. You are using micrometers. Just click on that, apply. It takes some time. Okay, so here your geometry. Okay, now check and surfaces. So this is your geometry. Closed surfaces, create parts. First step is to create part. Create part means I'm giving naming, which will be the inlet and outlet and wall. So first is oil inlet. I want to explain why we are taking oil and water. In case of micro channels, I'm trying to check the behavior of that fluid with the help with surface tension. Okay, so I'm using oil as one inlet and two inlet as water. So there are two fluid. Okay, so this is a multi-phase phenomena. So first create oil inlet. Okay, okay, section to go. Just unclick. This is the same process what we did in previous section. Okay, this is oil inlet. Again, water inlet. All right, these two are water inlet. Then is your wall. These all will be walls. Okay. All right. We have performed naming. Now next section is blocking. This is a 2D blocking. So just give fluid, and in this type of blocking, just go and select 2D surface blocking. Okay, and apply. Here you don't have to associate each line because it is already associated. In the 3D model, we associated each edge, and that was a little bit complex. That's why I choose a 2D geometry, and it's similar to lab on chip, so you'll get some idea. Okay, so you just close in the model tree, unselect curves. If all the curves are green, which means it is associated, means the inside block, which I have given name fluid. Okay, so which that fluid is a part of that geometry, means which is associated to the surface. All right, now we go for meshing. We have create naming, then fluid also. Now go for pre-mesh parameters. Update all if there is saved. There is second option is scale size. You can go from here, select each line and give some nodes, or you can directly from scale sizing give some parameter like 1.2 and check how many nodes you want. Apply. You see that in the window nodes are changing. Like now it is 70. Again apply. So it is increasing by 20%. 1.2 now. So just keep increasing. This is, I think that's enough. So go to blocking in tree model, apply pre-mesh. Okay, convert into 3D. Okay, this is quite good enough. We need more nodes in this section. So just go to edge mesh parameter, select edge. There is 40 nodes. So we make it around 200. Apply. Or and open copy parameter. Apply. Now again go to pre-mesh. Okay, that's good enough. Now we want surface tension phenomena. Okay, there will be surface tension. So we want inflation near the boundary. Means near the boundary, meshing should be very refined, so it capture properly that surface tension effect and the contact between when oil contacts comes in contact with water. So boundary it should be very refined. For that, we give some inflation parameters. Select that edge. Go to close this. Select this. These are 40 elements. That's okay. Just change your spacing like 0.001. ratio 1.2 means initial spacing will be 0.001. After 1.2 means it will increase by 20%. Okay, so I'm taking both side, tail and head side. So both side these spacing will be provided 0.001, right? 1.2. Then apply. As you can see, near the boundary, nodes are very close to center because we want to capture the boundary phenomena at near the boundary. Secondly, again similar with this. Okay, chain same 0.001, 1.2, again 0.001, 1. Now go to pre-mesh in the model tree, click apply. Mesh is out of date, just update your mesh. Okay. Now you can see fit window. Go to in the left corner there is a fit window. Just fit your geometry and you can see near the boundary element size are very smaller compared to center. Okay. This is increasing by 20%. If you want a more quality or more element size, okay, then it will become very good near the boundary. So just select that size, increase your number of element, suppose 60, and apply. Then again same way here, make it also 60, apply. Go to mesh in model tree, right click and recompute. So now it's quite good. All right. You can also check your quality, pre-mesh quality. Go to function tool. Here there is an option in blocking. There is an option at the last fourth one, pre-mesh quality histogram. Click on that. Okay, this is 2D geometry, so change it 2x2 and apply. Right. Okay. So you can see your quality is quite good, 0.95, because it is structured. So that's why you are getting that much good quality. Okay. Now finally go to file menu, go to mesh, load from docking. So that will be your final mesh. You can also check your final mesh quality. Go to edit mesh, quality, apply. Okay. Similarly 0.94. Now I have to export this file to Fluent Solver. Fluent only support .msh file. So first save your project, desktop lab 2. Okay, save. Okay, project is saved. As you, this is okay. No. Okay. Now in the function tool at the last section there is an output mesh, which I have already discussed in last session. Output mesh. We want our mesh, okay, in .msh format. So first section is select solver. Which solver you are using? There are so many solvers. So we are using ANSYS Fluent, set as default also. Okay. Then define your boundary condition. Which type of boundary condition you will be using? Go to edges, because these all are edges 2D problem. First oil inlet, create one. Velocity inlet. Second outlet, create new. Outlet, pressure outlet only. At wall will be wall only. Then water inlet, this is also velocity inlet. Okay. Now at the last write input. Okay. Okay. Save project first. All right. 2D, you can, okay, done. So your file is saved in .msh format. Just close it. Don't have to save because I have already saved that file. All right. So now we have created our mesh file. Go to the CFD lab. Okay. We have created our mesh file, which is in .msh format. Okay. So this file will be using in Fluent. So just open your Fluent solver. 2D. Then click here. Change your file, a folder where you have saved your mesh file, meshing. All right. Okay. All right. Now next step, we will provide what are the multi-phase conditions here and what are the boundary condition, what will be the oil inlet velocity and water inlet velocity. So these are micro channels, that is why velocity will be very less. First file, then read your mesh file. Right. So your mesh is loaded. Okay. Now just check your mesh. If minimum volume is not negative, that is means mesh is correct. Now this is a transient analysis because we want to know it after some time what will be the behavior of fluid. Then go to models. In previous section we used some turbulence model, but here flow is laminar and surface tension will be there. So multi-phase model will be using because water and oil, there are two fluid. We can use more than two fluid. If you want to read about this, like why, how much, how many phases we can use, when to use explicit or implicit, just click on the help section. It is very informative. Okay. Now, okay, here the file will be open, the PDF file, which is help viewer. In this, you can read the multi-phase dialog box and read about each thing, like which model, how many phases. Here you have mentioned everything, like number of file variant phase shift. Allows you to specify the number of phases for multi-phase calculation. You can specify up to 20 phases. Okay. Okay. Implicit, explicit. You can also go into deep and read about in theory guide. All right. So everything is available. I'm using two phases only, implicit and interfacial anti-diffusion. Okay. Now next step is in the multi-phase. When you open, you see there is two option like phases and phase interaction. Now we have to provide this interaction. How much surface tension will be there between those surfaces? Just click on that phase interaction. Select surface tension. Okay, surface tension force modeling. Then wall adhesion. And here between phase 2 phase 1 you can provide user defined your surface tension. If you have some your own, you have created your own fluid, so which has some different surface tension. I'm using some constant value 0.005. Fluid, so one is water only. So create go to Fluent database. Water is already there, you just have to copy. Okay. Now one water, we don't require air, we need oil. So convert to oil. Takes some density around 1000. Viscosity 0.00671. All right, should be good enough. Okay, so change overwrite where, okay, yes. close. Okay, so we have created our fluid. Now go to in model tree, multi-phase volume flow, go to phases. There are two phases created, primary phase, secondary phase. I'm fixing my primary phase as water liquid and secondary phase will obviously oil. Okay, the two phases are selected, materials also defined. Now next step is boundary conditions. Go to boundary conditions, oil inlet. Okay, so provide velocity around very less like 0.001. Now the model tree oil inlet, go to oil inlet in the phase 2 because we want phase 2 will be oil, then volume fraction will be 1. In case of water, we'll give volume fraction 0 because we don't want any oil in there. Okay. Okay. Now water inlet, you can provide some less value or same value 001 and go to water inlet phase 2. This should be 0 because we have already decided phase 2 will be oil. Okay. All right. Then outlet, in outlet pressure outlet 0. That's good. And wall, in wall we just have to change wall adhesion contact angle between phase 2 phase 1 is around 135 or in case of oil and water. Okay, so we have defined our boundary conditions. Now next step is methods. Okay, for this we'll be using coupled. Why we are using coupled? Because in case of multi-phase flow we have to use coupled pressure velocity coupling. Go to, just click on the help, it is already open. Okay. Okay, solution methods. Okay, so formulation, you'll get pressure velocity coupling contains settings for pressure velocity coupling scheme. Okay, so you can read about every scheme, which scheme you are using and why are you using. Then other things also you can read about the volume fraction. Okay, so everything is available. If you have any doubt, you can read from this table. Just go to. Okay, I'm using coupled. Just open right click, select coupled with volume fraction. Okay, many people have used green gauss cell based, that's why I'm using this, and changes bounded second order implicit. So I've already defined methods. Next step is initialization. Okay, just initialize. Okay, this can also you can see here when to use hybrid initialization and standard initialization. Standard allows you to define values for flow variables and initialize the flow to these values. In case of hybrid initialization is a collection of boundary interpolation methods where variables such as temperature, turbulence, species fractions, volume fractions, which we are dealing here, also can be initialized there. Okay, so this you all can read. I'm just giving you idea. If you have any doubt, you can read from there. Okay, now next run calculation. Okay, time stepping methods, how to select this also you can see here. Okay, number of time stepping methods, fixed adaptive variable, when to use which method. In case of variable enables the stepping method, the inputs are same as for adaptive time stepping method with the exception of swing correct variable is selected when the view of multi-phase model is enabled. So that's why I'm using variable methods. Okay, from this setting change your current number for fast convergence. Other things let it be by default. Okay, that's good enough. Time step, just check your time step here is fixed time step. Okay, one times is time. Now number of steps around 400. Let's calculate. Won't take much time because it is a actually element size is very small. I hope it I already saved my file, so I'll just open that out. It might take some time. Okay, so close this. Let me check first. Have I saved my file or not? Let me check first. Okay, data file. Okay, I have already saved my file. Now go to CFD post for post processing. All right. Now go to file, load results, and drive, then desktop, where I have saved. Okay, CFD lab 2. Go to your Fluent section, data file. Okay. Okay, so this was our geometry. Now we'll see how flow is. Okay, we can also check. Okay, so we have not saved that case value. Okay, we can check from streamline profile. Just click on the streamline. First, start from oil inlet. Okay, then apply. So these are the oil inlet streamlines, and similarly go. Okay, start for water inlet also. Okay, so as you can see, this is the streamlines from water and oil. All right, just let me zoom. Okay, as you can see, there is a some because of that contact angle. If our velocity is very less, then it will go little bit up. Okay, let me create one animation so it might clear your doubt. Okay, just okay. Hmm, 1 second. Okay, just to play with your software. With experience, you can very easily use this interface. It takes some time to adjust. All right. Now select your both streamlines, make it flow. So you can see. So that is how flow will behave. Okay. Center one is your oil, and these both are water. Okay. Okay. So you can see how this flows. Right. Okay. So it tries to make a bubble. Okay, I'm getting some error. Okay, sometime. Oh, sorry. Sometimes it happens. You try to play animation. All right. Let's okay. Just close it and close both the streamline. You can also check how vectors. Okay, the symmetry one. All right, apply. Okay, so just let me zoom in. Okay, so you can see from vector profile that here vector are very smoothly mixing with oil bubble, and it is not mixing like directly, it going very smoothly from there, and you can do your own analysis and see how they are behaving. There is okay, so with the help of this you can try, and you can try many things like streamline Okay, vector plotting. Also, you create line and check velocity profile, all that thing. So I think it gives some idea. Now you can create your own lab on chip type devices. Give your micro channels. Meshing will be the same methodology for the meshing. You can do meshing, and boundary condition you have to give as per your requirement. Okay, those things will vary. Okay, after that you can come for post processing here, or you can do post processing here also. There are many options like plotting and graphs, and you can also create your animation here. Okay, and just I did not save my data. Just do one thing before running. Just go to calculation activity and auto save your data. Okay. Okay. So now our only one thing is left, unstructured meshing, which I have not covered yet. Now next, okay, let me first close it. It is creating some, it is having some, okay, sometime it, okay. Now only one thing is left, which is unstructured meshing. So I have my previous, I think I have my, okay, I have my T pipe. So I will just explain you how to do unstructured meshing. ICM PFD. So that is very easy, and many people might have facing problems with structured meshing because it is a little bit complex. So I'll just explain how to do structured meshing in T pipe. But these dimensions are not micro dimensions, but you can create your micro dimension as I have discussed. That is not an issue. Just go to file, import your model. All right. Go to desktop. Okay, sorry, I just saved my file and okay, let's use this. Okay, these dimensions were in only, so just remember that. Apply. In unstructured meshing, you don't have to go for blocking association. You just have to create one fluid body and give your mesh parameters. It directly create mesh. Okay. Just, okay. So here our geometry. Just open your tree model, surfaces. All right. So this was the geometry initially which we discussed. All right. Just give naming, or naming is not required because, but for our understanding, just give let x. All right. Just construct same process for naming, which we have already discussed. That's why I'm going a little bit fast. Let y. Right. Then go for outlet. All right. And one more thing, wall. Right. We have created our names. We don't need to create those points initially, which we did in the last section. We created those points because of blocking. We have to associate at those points. But here it is little bit flexible. Just close your surface. Okay. Okay. One more thing. We have to create that that fluid body. Okay. Because we are not doing blocking. Just convert into wireframe. Okay, and create that body. In the geometry section, in the fourth option, create body, click on that, give it name fluid, and create by 2 points. Just open your points and centroid of 2 points. This fluid body must be inside the geometry. That is necessary. Okay, so just click to such location that your fluid body comes inside your geometry. Okay. Okay, now you can see your fluid body inside geometry. Now this fluid body, what it has significance, that there is a fluid inside your geometry. just it covers all the area which is open to this fluid body. Just dismiss it. Okay. Now we have created a fluid body, which was not easy in case of blocking. Now go for mesh parameters. In mesh section, first option is global mesh parameters. Give it some around display open, so you can see how it looks like. Okay, so I think this looks quite good, but here you'll get tetrahedral because it is unstructured meshing. Their mesh was very smooth because because of hexahedrals, and mesh quality was very good. Here you won't be able to get that much quality, but it will give you some results. Okay, now go to second option is part mesh setup. Okay, so okay, just select your maximum size with 10 only because we have already decided. Okay, wall, I'll explain it later. Okay, just apply. Last section. Okay, volume meshing, just compute. If you increase your number of element size, like maximum size, which I have taken 10, if you like decrease, like take 5, then it will take more time. Do into yes, all right, prepare. Okay, we should have performed this earlier, but okay, apply. Okay, dismiss. All right, just you get some idea. So it will look like this. Okay, you'll get tetrahedrons. Okay, now same thing what we did earlier in case of structured meshing. We were not getting good quality, and we wanted that our at boundary we wanted inflation. Okay, because we wanted to check boundary layer effect near the boundary, so we have to provide some uh, small elements near the boundary. So how we do here? Okay, just first let me increase quality. Okay, go to mesh section, cut your plane, go to mesh, right click, cut plane, manage cut plane. Okay, you can change your plane from, just close surfaces. This is the plane section, apply. Okay, why I am cutting the plane? Because element sizes are so big, we cannot open volume, it will hang. So that is why I am just cutting up plane, then click. So this will look like this, close curve and point. Okay, as you can see, your quality is not that good because we use robust octree. So just go to edit mesh. In the last option, there is a option delete elements. So just click on that. From function tab at the end, the option is delete all elements. This will delete all volume elements. Okay. Now we can also increase quality here in the edit mesh only. Go to the fifth option, smooth mesh. Click on that, and up to value, it should be close to 1, but we cannot achieve that much quality because of unstructured meshing. So you try some iterations, okay, apply. So it increases to 0.54. Then use Laplace smoothing, apply. Okay, again the last results must be without Laplace. 2.9, apply. All right, then go to Laplace, apply. Without Laplace, final will be without Laplace. Okay, this is okay. Stop when it stop increasing. Okay, this is the mesh. Then again go to your mesh, compute mesh. Change here to quick Delaunay, because quick Delaunay provides way better volume meshing compared to robust octree. Robust octree provides surface meshing good, but for volume meshing, quick Delaunay. Just compute. All right. Okay, there is some problem, I think, in our geometry, which we did not fix. Before doing anything, just go to geometry, and in the sixth option, there is a repair geometry. But you just get some idea how to create unstructured meshing. All right. Okay, so we created volume meshing. Now I want that our mesh should be refined near the boundary for boundary layer effect. So for that, go to okay, part mesh setup, mesh only, part mesh setup, prism. We will create some prism at the wall. Give some height, suppose 2, height ratio 1.2, and number of layers, how many layers you want, let's suppose 3. We can change it later also. Then go to compute, prism, and compute. Geometry. No. Okay, it is prism meshing, and at the boundary it is very refined, so that is why it will take little bit extra time. I hope it generated. Okay, now as you can see at the boundary we have created some layers for boundary layer effect. Okay, go to mesh, right click, manage cut plane, right, take a section like X plane, fit to window first. Okay, apply, then open your volume. All right, just zoom in. Now you can see these 3 layers. Okay, if you want to increase your number of layers, so just okay, as you can see at the top, triangular, and the inside also triangular, but in the middle you'll get some rectangular shape. Okay, so okay, now we want to increase the number of layers. Go to edit mesh. There is an option split mesh. The last option is split prism. Okay, prism ratio 1.5, number of layers 3. Okay, just apply. Okay, so you can see your number of layers increased. Before it was 3, now it increased by 3 times, like 9. All right, that's good enough. Now what we want inflation near the boundary. So at the boundary we want elements to be very small compared to at the center. So for that, move your vertices, go to close to split mesh. There is an option move nodes, and there is a fifth option redistribute prism edges. Here you can just change your prism ratio, which we usually use 1.2. Here you use 1.2. Okay, then apply, because we change the number of, okay, you can see our elements is shifted, and at the boundary you can you can change also 1.3. Okay, I think that's good enough. Okay, let me try one more, 1.4. Okay, I think that gives quite good boundary layer effect. All right, near the boundary elements are very defined. Okay, close volume, go to mesh, cut plane, and okay, so from this you can see from your geometry at boundary there are very smooth and defined mesh, so it will capture your boundary layer quite nicely. So this here also at all the boundary at the wall you can find refined mesh. Like this you can generate with micro dimensions also. That is not different, because the process will be same for any dimension. Okay, you just have to change your dimension and perform your meshing. And the only thing which takes time is meshing. Your mesh as much as good. It should be good. If your mesh is not good enough, then your results will have some like discrepancy, and you won't be able to achieve those results. So, as per CFD analyst, you should spend like any analyst. He spent 70% of time in meshing only, and other things are just you have to provide boundary condition and run your solver. The only difficulty is meshing. So if you are having problems with structured meshing, you can use unstructured meshing also. Okay, it will also give results, but it will take more time and more and convergence solution will be not be achievable in very less time. Okay? And mesh quality, because of mesh quality also. So I think now you can be able to do your own meshing. So this was we have covered unstructured and structured both meshing. We have also performed for microchannels. Now just I'll give you one overview. First you create your geometry in SpaceClaim. Okay, then use your geometry in ICM CFD. ICM CFD supports only three formats: IGS, step, or dot IGS step and SpaceClaim format. Then after meshing, like here, just out at the end there is a output mesh. Select your solver, then write input and save your file. This will save in .msh format, which is supported by Fluent. Then use your mesh file in Fluent, and in Fluent you know what are the sequence. You just provide your model, boundary conditions, and all those methods, discretization, and run your solver. Then after that you can also do post analysis in Fluent also, or you can go CFD post. CFD post is better compared to Fluent because it gives more better visualization, and that is all I think. So here I have finished my part. So if you have any doubt, please ask. I will also share my PDFs, which are like tutorials, so you can be able to do by yourself. Use those PDFs wisely, and as much as you play with the tool, you will learn. It's about because sometimes people have some misunderstanding, like it is very difficult when it comes to numerical simulations. But you start experience like practicing, it becomes very easy. So just practice your problems, and if you have any doubt, you can ask me.
Thank you, Ved Prakash. Thank you
Thank you.
for giving a lab demonstration to all our participants. Are there any questions? Let
Thank
me
you, ma'am,
check.
for this opportunity.
Are, you are welcome, and I thank you. Uh, I don't think there are any questions here.
Okay, ma'am, no
So
problem.
I think that we will conclude this session now,
Okay,
right?
I have shared my PDF file and PPT with sir also.
Yes, I will post that. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
The
Okay.
first lecture has already been shared with all the participants,
Okay,
and
ma'am.
this one also will be shared by the end of today. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, ma'am.
So, thank you very much. And here
Thank-
are some questions that have been asked. So, let me answer them.
Okay.
The questions are multiple choice questions. Okay? We will be sharing the question paper on Google group at 2 o'clock. You are supposed to solve these and submit it back in 30 minutes. These are multiple choice questions, so it shouldn't take a lot of time. So after people have submitted their question answer sheets, then we will have our valedictory function, and attendance record will be shared, but we cannot, as you know, that it cannot be immediately done. There is no magic wand here to do everything at the same time. We need time to compile everything. We will share the attendance record as soon as possible, and we will share the marks also as soon as possible, and those will be uploaded to AICTE also. So 2 o'clock, everyone, please go to your Google group. Google group will send you the link as it is for the Google form to solve your paper and send us a copy. Okay? Are there any questions now? Yes? Any questions? Please type your questions. Please type your questions in chat. Please type your questions in chat. Nobody has typed any question, so I assume that you have understood the, yeah. Thank you, Shivani ji, for saying okay. And I think that we will end this session. And all of you, please check your emails at 2 o'clock. Okay? Yeah. Now somebody is saying something. Okay. So I'm closing this session. At 2 p.m. we will send the Google form link of the paper. Okay, it is multiple choice questions. There will be 25 questions. I'm giving you 30 minutes to solve those. I think that is more than sufficient. Okay. Yeah. So thank you very much. Thank you for your participation. Thank you for your patience. And thank you for being with us this whole week. So 2 o'clock, check your emails, and by 2:30 submit your papers. Okay? Bye. Thank you very much. शहाणा म्हणतो 1 hour टेस्ट म्हणून.
मल्टिपल चॉईस कसे आहेत त्यासाठी आपल्याला सॉल्व पण नाही करायची म्हणजे इक्वेशन मध्ये असं पण काय असतं कधी
त्याला उत्तर पण देणार नाही.